Hello everyone. Before Mikhail Tal and Rashid Nejmedinov, there was the Austrian chess player Rudolf Spielmann. And well, he was quite a chess romantic. His games were always pretty crazy and full of sacrifices. And like Morphy, he was also a lawyer, although he never worked as one. But this game here, it was played in 1909 in Munich, Germany, and he's playing against Savily Tartakover. And it's not one of Spielmann's craziest games, but it really shows, after one loss of a simple tempo, how Spielmann jumps right into the attack. And you could find it useful if you have a friend, for example, that plays the Caro-Kann defense. You could get an idea or two from this game. So let's see the game. Spielmann is white and Tartakover is black. We have e4, c6, so the Caro-Kann defense. D4, D5, knight to C3, D captures on E4, knight captures on E4, the main line, knight to F6, and now knight back to G3. And we have E5 here. A very sharp idea. Somewhat better would be maybe C5, but okay. He plays E5 and knight to F3 by Spielmann. Of course, you don't want to capture this pawn, although it seems like it's a free pawn. If d captures on e5, simply queen captures and d1 would check, king captures, and knight to g4, threatening knight captures on f2, forking the king and the rook, and after you defend this, you have to play a move like knight to h3, simply knight captures the pawn back. White doesn't really achieve anything here. So after e5, knight f3 is played, and we have e captures on d4, knight captures on d4, and bishop to c5. And this is very interesting. Here Spielmann plays bishop to e3. But 18 years after this game was played, Alexander Alechin played queen to e2 check. And it's interesting that he played the queen to e2 check against Savily Tartakover as well. But it's interesting that the engine is also suggesting a move queen to e2 check. So it seems Alechin worked hard to improve on this game Rudolf Spielmann played. But okay, Spielmann played a bishop to e3. We have queen to b6. Now adding pressure to this knight on d4 and also attacking this pawn on b2. We have queen to e2 now, and Tartakover castles. You can't capture the knight here because, well, you don't win a piece, you lose the queen after this discovered queen check from the queen comes. So after queen e2, Tartakover castles, and we have queenside castle by Spielmann. And, well, this is pretty much the critical moment in the game. Probably rook e8 here would be perfectly fine for black, maybe even knight to g4. But what Tartakover played was knight to d5. And it seems like, okay, he's threatening some ideas. He's attacking this bishop on e3. Also knight to b4 might be an idea. But this is what Spielmann means when he senses a loss of a tempo. He plays queen to h5, and you don't. If you're playing against Rudolf Spielmann, you don't want to allow a move like queen to h5. It doesn't even have to be the best move, but it's like when you're playing against Tal. Don't give him anything to grab on. So here, well, probably maybe knight to d7 can be played. Also, bishop to e6 could be played. But Tartakover admits his mistake, as he says knight to d5 wasn't a good move, and he plays knight back to f6. Now with an attack on the queen, but also it kind of was a loss of a tempo. Queen to h4 is played, and now bishop to g4. And here Spielmann goes for his famous initiative. He doesn't mind this rook on d1 being attacked. He plays bishop to d3, adding one more piece to the attack, now eyeing that h7 square. We have bishop captures on d1, rook captures on d1, and now knight b to d7 is played. And here we have knight to f5. Knight g to f5, and Tartakover wasn't really aware of the danger that Spielmann prepared. Probably best move here would be king to h8. Probably not the best. The only move probably would be king to h8 to allow this rook to come help with the defense of the g file. But we have knight to e5 by Tartakover, and here Spielmann goes for it. He plays knight captures on g7. And here, what do you play as black? Well, can you capture the knight? If king captures knight on g7, then knight to f5 check, king to g8, and we have queen captures on f6 check. And you can't defend checkmate on g7. You can prolong it, maybe bishop captures on e3, f captures on e3, Queen captures on, on e3, and well, white doesn't even have to capture the queen. He can simply play queen to b1, and again, black cannot stop checkmate. The joke is on him. So after knight captures on g7, we have queen to d8. Knight g to f5 is played. Now knight to g6, attacking the queen, and Spielmann goes queen to h6. Now again, threatening checkmate on g7. Knight e8, defending the g7 square, and now a very nice move by Spielmann, knight to f3. The threat is pretty simple, knight coming to g5 with a threat of queen to h7 checkmate. We have bishop captures on e3, f captures on e3, and now queen to f6 is played. We have knight to g5, now threatening checkmate on h7. Only way to defend h7 is queen to h8, and now Spielmann simply plays knight to e7 check. And in this position, well, sadly Tartakover resigned the game, as there is no defense against this. If you capture the knight, well, knight captures on e7, you get bishop captures on h7. Only move is queen captures, and this is checkmate. So yeah, but after knight to e7 check, Tartakover resigned the game. So yeah, a beautiful game by the master of attack, Rudolf Spielmann. If any of you are interested in attacking chess and sacrifices, Rudolf Spielmann even wrote a book, The Art of Sacrifices in Chess, or The Art of Sacrifice in Chess. I don't know if it's plural. So yeah, I do hope you enjoyed this game. As usual, you can check 2 of my previous videos here. I would like to thank Greta Radisauskaite, Tamay Besiroglu, Carlos Gomez, and Robert Javornik for a contribution to my channel. Thank you a lot, I really appreciate it. And yeah, thank you all for watching, guys, and I will see you soon.